so let's come sitting with a straight spine. Okay, and we'll just all give ourselves just a moment to arrive fully into the space. And just gently closing your eyes down. And just noticing how you're feeling this morning. Noticing the feeling of your sit bones connected with your floor or the mat. Notice the beating of your own heart. See if you can get subtle enough to notice your breath coming in and going out. And I'm going to invite you to place your hands over your dantian, in the women the womb space, so the space where the womb may have been, and in the men just the lower belly, below the belly button. And we're going to take this diamond shape. I'm going to place it over the lower belly. I have somebody else trying to come in. So over the lower belly. And we're going to direct the breath down into this space. So the eyes are closed and the breath is going right down into the dantian. Breathing in, allowing the belly to fill. And breathing out, just let your belly fall back towards your spine and let the breath fall out. So it's never forced or pushed, we're just letting it fall out. And then breathing in. And exhale and let it fall out. Breathing in one more time, and this time we're going to suspend the breath. Exhale out. And sit with no breath in the body. After our next breath out, we're going to chant the sound of Om. I'm going to chant it from this space, from down in the dantian. We're going to make the Om sound. So deep breath in. And Om. And again. One more time. And then gently just relaxing your hands down onto your knees. Drop your chin to your chest. Open your eyes with your gaze downwards. And then slowly and mindfully draw your gaze upwards into the space. And then we're going to stretch the legs straight out in front of us. Just point the toes down to the floor. And then pulling the toes back towards you. And then squishing up the toes themselves up really tight, curling them up. And then opening them as wide as you can. And sending some love down to them because the poor old toes get squashed up in shoes so often. And this is a real opportunity during this virus to go around barefoot. We're at home a lot now, so you can go around barefoot and it's really great. And actually the soles of my feet might be dirty, I'm not sure. Anyway, we're going to extend the left leg out to the side. And we're going to take the right sole of the right foot into the left inner thigh. And then you're pulling the toes of the left foot back towards you. And today we're going to work on this lower sacral area and the kidney area. And it's all about the whole sacral chakra, about creativity. It's about the sex organs. It's about our ability to feel joy in life. So we're really opening what we call the door of life this morning. We're going to inhale up, lift right out of your pelvis, turn towards that left extended leg, and exhale as you fold forward. And you're going to come down as far as you comfortably can. Now, if you can reach your big toe, you're going to wrap your index finger around your big toe and you're going to press on the big toenail. It doesn't matter whether you can reach there or not. You could have your hands rested on your shin or on your knee. But once you're in your best variation of this, we're going to take 6 deep breaths in. So it's, and blow out. I want you to hold the 6th one. And then on your out breath, you're going to sink right down. And then relax right into your posture. And connect in with your breath. Ignore me, I'm just letting somebody else into the room. Okay. One more breath in the position. And then inhaling up all the way up, lift out of the pelvis. Stretch. And then exhale and relax the hands down. Okay, beautiful. And now we're going to change sides. And again, pull those right toes towards you. And then we're going to inhale up, lift right out of the pelvis. Turn towards the right leg. Exhale as you fold forward. Find your best version. There's no forcing, no pushing. It's just a really gentle fold. Rest your hands wherever they reach easily. And if it's your big toe, then press your thumb and your big toe together. And now those 6 strong breaths. Deep breath in. Hold. And on your exhale, sink down deeper into your posture. And inhale up. And exhale and relax your hands down. Okay, my apologies for this. I'm going to have to get very strict on time because people keep arriving. Okay, so soles of the feet together. We're going to interlace our hands around the soles of our feet. And you're going to cross your left thumb over your right if you're in the body of a woman in this lifetime. And you're going to do the opposite way if you're a man. So then we're going to very gently begin to bring the knees up and down. Keep the spine nice and straight. If you find you're losing that straight spine, then bring the thumbs into the insteps instead of wrapping the hands around the feet. So begin to bring the knees up and down, nice and gently. And bring your awareness right down into that dantian area, right down into the womb space, or the dantian space. And keep the knees going nice and gently. Those of you that feel very open in the hip and pelvic area can move a little bit faster if it's available to you, just making the movement a little bit stronger. Now take a deep breath in, bring the knees all the way up. And then on your exhale out, you're going to bring the knees down as far as you can, and you're going to bring your heart down. So you bring your heart down to honor the lower part of the body, which we don't often do, but I really like to do this morning. So bring the heart right down. Once you've come down as far as you comfortably can, we're going to do those 6 breaths. So deep breath in. Hold in the 6th breath. And on your exhale, sink down deeper. And then inhaling up nice and slowly. And we're going to pause in stillness now. And then gently opening your eyes. So before we move on to our next posture, I know there's a few in the group that may not have done Kundalini Yoga with me. So I just want to tell you a little bit about a thing called root lock, which helps to move energy from this area, from the sacral area, up through the spine. And this is life force energy. And it's all about creativity and productivity. And it's all about your vitality and living the best life in awareness and knowing your purpose. And it's a really, really beautiful energy. And it translates, Kundalini translates as the coiled lock of the hair of the beloved. So it's that lock that moves up through the spine and awakens us. So in order to move that energy, what we need to do is form a root lock. So it works like a hydraulic lock. So we draw on the pelvic floor muscles. So they're the muscles you would use to stop you peeing. And it shouldn't show on your face. It's a very gentle lock. So you draw on the pelvic floor muscles. You gently take the navel back to the spine, and you close off the anal sphincter. So we do all 3 at the same time, and you can feel that lock now. So I'm going to do that at the end of the next 2 movements. If you're comfortable in this position, you can release your lock now. If you're comfortable in this position, stay in it. Otherwise, we're going to come onto the knees. Now, this doesn't suit everybody, and I'm very mindful of that. But if this suits you, this is the next posture, otherwise cross-legged. Also, this can be done in a chair. So don't worry about it if you're on a chair. So hands on the knees, super glue on the hands once they go onto the knees. They don't move. All this movement is in the spine. So you're going to inhale as you come forward, you lift the chest and the tailbone comes right out behind. Really sticking your butt out. And then you exhale and you tuck the tailbone all the way back in, and the chest naturally concaves back. And then with a strong breath, we move from one to the other. Inhaling as you come forward, exhaling as you come back. If you're in a cross-legged position, it's the very same. The hands are on the knees, super glue on the hands. Strong breath. Inhale forward, exhale back. And just become really conscious of your spine and that beautiful energy and space that you're creating between the vertebrae. Wakening up your spine. Don't be afraid of the sound of your breath. Let the breath come in through the nose and out through the nose for this one. Good, and we just speed it up a little bit now. Good. Deep breath into center. And now our root lock, and very consciously draw the energy right up to the crown, all the way up through your spine. Beautiful light, moving all the way up, lightening your mind. Exhale and release, and remain perfectly still. And just allow the energy to integrate. And when you're ready, just gently opening the eyes wide. Okay, we're going to cross the legs again if you haven't got them crossed. Hands are on the knees. And always consciously just lifting out of the pelvis, lengthening the spine. You imagine that there's like a cord pulling you up towards the heavens. You've got this really nice long back. Drop the shoulders down. And then we're going to lean over towards the right knee. So you're just bringing your heart over towards the right knee. You're going to inhale as you come forward. You're bringing the chest down. It's honoring Mother Earth as it sweeps past all the way over to the left and back behind. Inhaling forward and exhaling back. And I want you to bring your awareness back into that area, into the sacral, into the dantian. Into this very powerful, sacred space. Door of life. This morning we're opening that door of life. Smile. And again, as you begin to loosen up, your movement might become a little bit deeper, your circles might become bigger. This is a real dance for the feminine aspect of us. I don't know if you can hear the music, but it's the sound of Ma. Ma is the sound of the divine feminine. And then just beginning to make your movements a little bit smaller. As we prepare to change sides, it's going to be the exact same movement as the opposite way. Changing your direction now. Really keep that notion of honoring and bowing down. We're usually bowing to the heavens, and this morning I'm asking you just to bow to that earthly aspect of us, the humanness of us, this body that we're in. And now slowly and mindfully winding as the circles get smaller and smaller. Big deep breath into the center. And root lock, pelvic floor muscles, buttocks, navel. Everything pulled upwards and inwards. And release and remain still. And then when you're ready, gently open your eyes. Give yourself a moment. Okay, sorry, let's take away this notification coming up. So becoming mindful of the time. Okay, so The next thing we're going to do is we're going to come up onto the feet, but we're squatting down as best we can. So see if this is available to you. So you're up on the toes and you're squatting down. Good. And what we're going to do is just begin to move gently from side to side. So you're on the balls of your feet and you're just moving from side to side. It's a really nice opening of the hips and the pelvis. And then begin to swivel the feet. Good. And then you can even take the hands, you can take the right hand to the outer edge of the right leg and you can twist around. And this is just quite playful. There's no right or wrong in it, it's just you opening up the hips and the pelvis. Okay, then we're going to just drop the heels down to the floor. Straighten up the legs and slowly and mindfully come up one vertebrae at a time. Roll the shoulders back behind. And give yourself a nice shake. So good shake out. You're going to take the legs fairly wide apart. And the hands come onto the sacral. So I'm going to turn around for this. So the hands come onto the sacral area. And we're just going to give it a nice massage. We're just going to rub this area. And then what we're going to do is we're going to take the backs of the hands and we're going to knock the kidneys. We're just knocking. And then we're going to cup the hands. And again, like nice suction cups. And then one more time, give a really nice rub to this area. Really make sure there's lots of love in your hands. Good. Okay, so standing with the feet a good distance apart, you can turn the feet slightly outwards and we're going to soften the knees. So we're just nice and soft and open here. Then we're going to take the hands onto the knees and lean forward. Keep the chest lifted and open. And then you're going to gently turn and look over the right shoulder. And then you're pushing with the left hand away from the body as you look over the right shoulder. And then we're going to change sides. Looking over the left shoulder and pushing into the right hand as you push away. And then again on the other side. Just keep changing sides. Connecting with the breath. And then finishing up on your left side and coming back up to center. We're just going to take the hands above the head, reach up, lift out of the pelvis, and very gently fold forward. And it's a very loose folding forward. You can let the knees bend, and you're going to come down as far as you comfortably can. And we're just going to hang down here for a moment. Just nice and loosely hanging down. And then you're going to take your hands and you're going to massage the backs of the legs. This is really beautiful, all the way down the thighs, the backs of the knees, down the calves, all the way down to the heels. And then up again, give it another massage all the way down. And one more time. And then we're going to slowly and mindfully come up and think of your hands like water as we move up. So they're really just soft and floaty all the way up. Float them up. Exhale, come down again with soft legs. Inhale, float the hands all the way up. And then exhale as you float the hands down by the sides of the body. We're going to step the feet in together. We're just going to continue that nice floating movement. So we're going to take the backs of the hands, open the hands nice and wide. Then we're just going to inhale as we take the hands up into prayer. We're not going to join them quite together. We're just going to exhale as we float them back down through our center line. Feel the energy between the hands. Inhale, float them up. Exhale, draw them down. Inhale, float them up. Exhale, draw them down. And then we're going to place the left hand onto the dantian, right hand on top. Relax your shoulders. Taking a moment with your breath. And coming back down to a seated position for the closing of our class. Taking the hands once more onto the dantian space. And I want you to plant a seed of intention. If you're a woman, inside your womb, or the space where your womb may have been. And if you're a man, just right inside your dantian.